Hello ladies and gentlemen and all the core gamers out there, CAJman777 here, welcoming you to episode 17 of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption today. In the last episode, we uncovered a new species of Metroids that were being experimented on, simply known as Phazon Metroids, who can have the ability to phase through walls and steal over one energy tank worth of your health. Yeah, they're pretty dangerous Metroids, and you can thank the Space Pirates for making them. But also in the last episode, we completed and placed the Theronian bomb that we've been making for the last few episodes in the main spire of Elysia. And now the Aurora unit wants to talk to us and see what we're going to do about this master plan that this Aurora unit has planned for how we're going to get into the Leviathan Seed. But before we get into that, of course, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our donators over there on Patreon: Valentine Blaze, MickeyPhorGens, MaddiLeigh, Thomas, Color Craze, and Liotos for their continued support to the channel. So without further ado, let's get right into it and see what the Aurora unit has to say, as we were really close, actually. We were like a safe station away. So let's talk to the AU-242 here. I'm sorry, not 242. Yay!
To drop the bomb onto the Leviathan shield, you must move the bomb pod directly over the Leviathan and shut down the pod's engine. This must be done manually.
Of course.
This is a dangerous mission. Will you accept it?
What if I say no? I'm gonna say yes.
Thank you. Initiating Skytown migration.
That's right. We're moving the entirety of Skytown for AU-217, I believe. Yeah, 217. Aurora Unit 217. 242 is on the main flagship, the Valhalla, or not the Valhalla, the ship in the tutorial, not the Valhalla.
The Skytown facility as close as possible to the Leviathan shield, and then deploy the bomb pod. Do you understand what you are supposed to do, Samus?
No, yes.
After shutting off the engines, use the escape capsule to return here.
Skytown migration complete.
You must now proceed to the bomb pod. We will release the cables once you're in position. We regret this mission places you in mortal danger, but there are no other options. Good luck.
That's right. We have to manually shut down the bomb ourselves. So we actually are just gonna quickly make our way over to where the center of the spire, so we can actually get this underway. Luckily, we're only like one room away, like all the time, from what we needed to be in the beginning of this episode, which is gonna make this rather helpful for what I have to do coming up here. So let's launch ourselves once again. And we are going to manually detonate the bomb as the bridges are going to break and the spire is going to fall, and manually take itself directly over the Leviathan shield, the Leviathan Seed shield. You know what the upsetting part is?
Samus, we are sensing a large number of enemy units in your vicinity. The pirates must have detected your movement toward the seed.
Yes, they did.
If the spire is destroyed before reaching the impact site, all hope for Elysia is lost. You must defend the spire at all costs.
That's right!
Use everything in your power to ensure its safe passage. Good luck, Samus.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We actually have a survival, defend the base style mission here. As you can see, these space pirates are here. They are angry and they are not happy, and they are immediately going to start shooting the ship as we are quickly going to scan this. This is a space pirate assault skiff, lightly armored assault craft, but the cannon does a heck of a lot of damage but they have the same weakness as any other assault skiff. You shoot the heat vent on the front. So what you gotta do is you gotta manage your hyper mode properly through this fight. If you want to stay alive, you do have to deal with multiple of these Leviathan skiffs, as well as enemy space pirates on top of that. As you can see, these skiffs have quite a bit of health. And you also have Jolly Roger drones to deal with constantly in your way as well. Gotta get rid of the assault skiffs, though, as fast as you can while defending the Spire. We also have our good buddies, Aero Troopers. You know how much I love these guys. Luckily, the auto vent half the time will kick in during this fight, so you can quickly deal with the threats that are currently active and available and around the Spire. But you do have to remove all of them very, very efficiently. I'm going to actually knock this guy out. Hopefully. We do get space pirates, and they do indeed spawn on top of the Spire skiff as well. But I want to stay as corrupted as possible during this fight, as they will intentionally run into me and hit me with some corruption energy, which is great for me because I want the juices that the Phazon gives me here, as I need to take care of the assault skiffs as well as the space pirates themselves. So we are going to break this guy's armor. And you can hear the auto vent kicks in really fast on these, but we need to actually get rid of this assault skiff. And the best way to do that is you're going to want to charge a charge beam and actually just unload into the front of it. Now, you want to save as much Phazon energy, as I said, as possible, because shooting these things is not actually easy. Now, you can do a lot of damage to it with a charged shot, and you want to keep, like I said, your hyper mode gauge in the corrupted state at all times while you do this, as they send in another wave of space pirates to attempt to take care of you. And now they send in 4 of them. So this is where your Phazon management becomes really important. You want to deal with the pirates that are not in hyper mode as fast as you can, while also picking up energy. There's one more pirate here, and there is a skiff that I have to go take care of as well, right over here, an assault craft. As you can see, there is another one. So he's going to go low. I'm going to start charging hyper mode here, and I'm actually going to unload on it now so I don't actually corrupt, because we obviously don't want corruption, because you know what happens if we corrupt. It's going to be insta-game over, and we do not want that. So once you deal with all these space pirate skiffs, you are done. There are 3 skiffs, 3 waves, and once you do it, you're safe. Now, how the space pirates caught on to our plan, I'm not sure. And you can see we actually have the hypermode beam in the cutscene here, but hypermode's going to be disengaged. So we need to disengage the engine boosters.
Engine override initiated. Deploying emergency escape pod. Style sequence commencing. 5 minutes until engine shutdown.
5 minutes.
Escape pod malfunction. Opening repair access tunnel.
That 5-minute countdown is real. That's why the music just got intense all of a sudden. If you do not repair this escape pod in 5 minutes, you will die. So, what you have to do is you have to get down into the bottom of this as fast as you absolutely can. There is an elevator going down, and any cutscene that plays will continue this timer as well. So you need to get in here, melt this as fast as you can with your plasma beam, and repair what you can right away. You need to be able to fix all of these in a decent amount of time. Now, these are pretty tricky to do, but if you're quick about it. If you're quick about it, you don't have to worry too much. So we gotta fix this.
Engine shutdown in 4 minutes.
They give you plenty of time to do this, which is good. The first time I actually got through this sequence, I didn't realize that this last grate was actually glowing. So I actually ended up dying the first time I played this on hyper mode. For the very first time. For the very first time I played this game. It's never happened again. since that. But we are done. We have a bunch of little steam spiders that came out of nowhere that we have to deal with, but we are still okay for a little bit. All we need to do is roll out, get into the escape pod, and launch our way, and we are done. I don't know why it's taking forever to load. That's okay. Luckily, they give you more than an ample enough time to do this, so just hit this, and we are free to go. But not quite. You have to do a couple quick time sequences here. And there goes the engine shutdown as the escape pod launches off. Essentially, what we just dropped on the Leviathan Seed Shield is probably about the weight of 5 nukes. Like, no joke. It's probably about 5 nukes. But we have done it. We are safe to move. We are safe to go. And this is why we didn't want to come in here, because it's just an elevator.
The plan worked.
Excellent.
The bomb's impact resulted in the destruction of the Leviathan's shield, and the seed is now exposed.
Perfect.
Fly there and destroy it.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go fly to the Leviathan Seed and destroy it. But we're not going to do that in this episode. No, 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 no. Believe it or not, we have a couple items I want to go pick up first. But we do have, indeed, the Elysia Seed now available to us. But, as I said, we have items to go pick up. So we're going to go do that. So we're actually going to head back to Brio. And we are going to do a few things here on Brio. Now, we do need to command our ship to land. Because, keep in mind, our ship, when your ship grapples something, it comes off its last landing point. So you do have to command it to come back to any particular landing point that you want. So with that out of the way, now we can head to Brio. I'm just going to enter the ship here. We are actually going to go to the Cliffside Air Dock. On Brio. So we're gonna head back to Brio. Head to the Cliffside Air Dock. And as we wait for, obviously, all the load triggers to come on through, because it takes forever to do sometimes, I'm going to let you know that we're probably going to pick up maybe 2 or 3 items here. We don't want to explore too much yet, because there's still some things in Brio that are locked behind items that we don't have yet, that we will get eventually. One of the things I do want to pick up here, though, is an energy cell. That way we are carrying 3, and that is super important to get. There's also an energy tank I would like to pick up as well. I don't know if we will be able to get the energy cell, though. We might. So, first things first, now that we're back on Brio, we're actually going to immediately head straight through, get this item on the gateway side. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to continue on through. Go to the Federation Outpost. We are not going to activate this plasma door. No. No, not going to activate the plasma door at all. In fact, as you can see, there are 2 items just sitting out here in the open. Now, that is connected to the plasma door, but we are not going to take that plasma door. We are going to actually take that ice beam door and head into here. Because this connects to, as you can see, the jungle air dock. Now, there's an item here, and there's an item here. Now, before we do any of that even, I gotta zoom into the map a little bit so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Hidden Court. There's a few items here. One of them, this item up here, is the energy cell. And the other one is something else. Now, there's a hangar bay here. We're not going to be going to that. We're actually going to be taking the ice beam and one of these doors here. So we're going to head through there. So. That is the plan. So let's head our way through. Now, technically, you know what? Technically, it would be better if I went to the hangar bay. But the reason I didn't is because, obviously, with one item immediately being in the gateway. Also, with Plasma now, we can break these ice crystals on the wall. We can't break the ice bridge, though. That's the one thing we can't do. Now, you may notice there's a few enemies here, and I don't want to deal with them, so I'm actually just going to roll on by. Nice double flip there, Samus. Samus has got some swag. Swag points. Can you load before this thing behind me hits me? Now, there are going to be some Reptilicus here. I'm going to quickly deal with these guys. Of course. Doesn't hurt. There we go. Now we're free to do what we needed to do in this area. Now, you may notice that there's an item above the door, and that is a missile expansion. Pretty easy to get. And that's actually what we're doing right now, as we are heading over to actually get that missile expansion. Which we need to go this way and in around. In, around, and up. Actually pretty easy to get here. So we're gonna go here. We need a plasma beam to break this, but we can get ourselves the missile expansion that I wanted. Just by following this path. Because we're going to want a lot of missiles for the next area. Now, with that item out of the way, I need to plan my route accordingly. Okay, now we need to exit and go all the way through. So we're going to actually drop here. Just going to quickly drop us. Not to where we want to be. We actually want to go this way. And because I have screw attack, I can just kind of do it and not have to worry about anything else. Also, I like breaking these because it bugs me if I don't. Don't know why, but I do. So you may notice here's that Federation ship. We're going to completely ignore those little bugs over there that might shoot me. Good. I was standing in the right spot where they couldn't hit me. So, you may remember in the Falls of Fire we needed ice missiles here. That's not an issue. We've got those. But, I don't even need to use the ice missiles. You see, we have mobility now. So I can just do this. Now, this War Golem, I'm going to activate really fast. We actually do need to jump down. But, as you can see next to the War Golem, there are some screw attack surfaces. We're going to use those. And pick up a quick missile expansion that's up here. That's 2. So now, we're going to be in the ruined court. Now, there's a half pipe there. There's also a War Golem here. There's also something here you may notice. There's a statue around here, and the head is missing. Somewhere. So, we have a plasma door at the very top of this room. Can I get to it? You may be wondering. Now? Yes. I'm too low, though, there. So I need to go a little bit higher first. So we actually want to get up here. Which you can do with a very cheeky screw attack, by the way. Like, barely enough distance to reach that. So I'm actually going to jump onto the half pipe. We're actually going to use it. back here. This is where the energy cell would be. Right back here. So we need to turn this pillar. And as you can see, there's actually a missile expansion in the corner. Did I fall in the fuel gel? I did. So there's a pillar in that corner that you can see. There's also this little gateway, which I still can't open. It only opens from the outside. The outside. See, this is what I mean by it's a little cheeky screw attack, because you have to, like, make sure you get max height and then press B again while moving forward. It's a little tricky sometimes. So let's go grab the missile expansion that's over here. Missile expansion acquired. Very simple, very easy, very efficient. Now you may notice, like I said, this is locked from the other side. This War Golem is permanently offline. We already used it. This is a sad day for the War Golem kind. We're going to hit this plasma door. And if this is the room I think it is, we're going to deal with some hoppers because they're nasty little creatures. I'm going to burn them to death. Two full charge beams, they burn instantly. So this tunnel's not big enough for Samus. You got to use the Morph Ball to get around it. It's a very, very small tunnel. And of course it leads to more hoppers that I don't like because they're evil. Now this room. There's a few items in this room, but I came here for this. I came here for the head. As you can see, there's a few items in here. There's one at the very top of this room. And you can see that if I freeze the fuel gel pillars once again without falling into the fuel gel, mind you, we can get another missile expansion. However, that's not all. Because under the fuel gel is another missile expansion, but we can't get that yet. Why? Why can't we get it, you may be wondering. Why the heck can't we be getting it? Well, we don't have another upgrade yet. Of course, we need another upgrade. Oh no, there's gonna be more traveling, but that's okay. Because this one's a little easier to get, I think. There's also lore here. Salvation. The great machines of the Science Lords perform flawlessly. They absorb the toxins and pollution in the air and soil, preserving the remaining fertile land of Brio. Yet the planet's climate was forever changed, leaving one side entirely scorched by the sun, the other in the icy grasp of darkness. The launch of the machines revealed the hidden enclave of the Science Lords to their former enemies. The bright lights in the skies caused by the decontamination equipment stirred old hatred in the hearts of the Primals. Fearing a new attack, the Primals sent their warriors forth to hunt the hated foes. We were now marked for death. Creepy stuff. Very macabre. So let's head this way. Once again, we're going to hit this plasma door. And we're actually going to... That's right. That's right. So, we gotta find, essentially, where this gunship was holding a giant head. Wherever this gunship was holding a giant head, that's extremely important for us. So what we're going to do, we're going to go this way. You guys remember this base? I just gotta grapple across to get to where I need to go, of course. Because, you know, there's nothing else I can do. And we are going to get across this as fast as possible, because I don't want to be attacked by the war wasps that are always infested in this area. So, we're gonna try and avoid them. As you can see, they're right there, and they want to bug me badly. So, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna head into here. Then, we're gonna jump up here to the plasma door. Now, this is the door, this is the room I didn't want to go into. But that's okay. I just won't grab any of the items in here. We'll also quickly deal with the hoppers with a little bit of an ice missile. And that takes care of them real quick. I love low triggers. They're the best thing in this game. So this is the room I didn't want to walk into. There is a piece of lore here, though. And also some Reptilicus that I will just quickly dispatch. The next time we come into this room, these Reptilicus will not be here. I assure you. Briolian data translated. Victory. We, the Lords of Science, mishandled the use of our knowledge. The devastation of the war robbed us of the rare resources necessary to fuel our war engines. Without our machines, we were unable to stand up to the primal armies, and they overran the enclaves of many Science Lords. What few remained fled into the dark places, polluted wastelands, and even the bravest of primal warriors would not dare enter. Whatever joy there may have been amongst the victorious was quickly stumped out by the grim reality surrounding them. Brio, their cradle, their sacred home, was on the verge of death. Door sealed shut. High temp. A bit. Wait. Yeah. What is it? High temp vulnerabilities detected. Unable to destroy directly. So, we're gonna jump into this war golem really quick, because he will destroy the door. He's just gonna straight up punch it. Or he's gonna breathe fire on it. Okay. So this is a room where we're going to end up using all the upgrades we have to pick up every item in this room. But I am going to refuse to do any of that. And you may be asking why. Why would you refuse to do any of that? I want to go to this jungle court. That's why. So we're actually going to head right over here into this room. I'm not going to pick up any item here. We're going to work our way through here. Which, as you can see, there's a head missing. Oddly enough. What did we just pick up? A giant head. So us setting that head in this golem will reactivate it. And he's gonna slam down on this gate. That's gonna unblock a door and give us a ship missile expansion. So now, we're gonna head this way. As you can see, there's a bridge here. And there are screw attack surfaces. But there's also another side of this bridge that we can't get to. That other side of the bridge connects to the Thorn Jungle Air Dock. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this energy tank that's up here first. land on the platform, and we're going to make our way backwards. Because we actually need to open the Thorn Jungle Air Dock Bridge now as well. So that means we're heading to Thorn Jungle Air Dock. And we're also going to read this piece of lore. Decline. Forgotten in exile, a creature of myth, I, the last lord of science, worked tirelessly to protect myself and this world. I crafted magics and machines to bring life back to the wastelands. I found a new source of natural energy in the land and called it fuel gel. I vowed to atone for the devastation inflicted upon Brio, caused by both science and war. Yet, while I toiled, the primal slipped away slowly into barbarianism. With no science lords to hunt, they turned on each other, tribe against tribe. Magic was lost to them, and they became as savage as the predator beasts of the wild. I love the lore in this series. Like, you hear all about these races and what happened to them. It's just, it's well done, it's well put together, and it's well thought out, and it's why I love the Metroid series. So, again, we're going to ignore every item in here. And we're going to wait till we can actually come back and use and grab all the upgrades in these rooms. Excuse me! I was talking here! And he just decided to walk in my... Okay. Now, I could go up into this room. If I wanted to. In fact... You know what? Let's do that. Let's go up into this room really quick. Because I've got a little bit of time left still for this episode, so... And it's also easier to go up into this room when, you know, there's not one particular enemy in this room, so it's better to do it now. As you can see right here, security clamp, cold-based weaponry. So, we're going to use the ice, our ice beam, or ice missile in this case. So, there's fire, water, and electricity. Those are the three main upgrades of this game, three main elemental upgrades of this game. And you may be thinking to yourself, where's electricity from? Well, let me give you this, and I'm gonna give you a hint, and let's see if a few of you can figure this out. Remember this. Ice came from who? Fire came from who? And of course, electric will come from who? So I'm just going to leave you with that. I'm going to say no more. And we'll see if you guys can figure that out. So I'm actually going to roll into here really quick. Grab this Morph Ball tunnel. Gonna do what is essentially a fuel gel puzzle. And these things are ridiculously difficult. This one in particular is strange. As you can see, the platforms, they change. So we're gonna grab an item in this little puzzle room. Now getting this is a bit obnoxious, because what you have to do is you have to double bomb jump and then go up for it. So if I don't time it right, I'm not gonna get into the right spot. And this is a lot trickier than it looks. There we go. Third time's the charm. Because you have to move at the right time or else you clip. And obviously no one wants to clip on that. So this is our escape through into another room. And this, as you will see, will connect back to the hidden court. But we need to go back to the hangar bay. And I think what we're going to do in the hangar bay is we're going to actually have to call an episode there. We'll finish up our item collecting and, of course, do the Leviathan Seed boss of Elysia in the next episode for sure. But we do still need to go back into Thorn Jungle Air Dock. So that's what we're going to end up starting with in the beginning of next episode. It won't take long. It'll probably take about it'll probably take about 5 minutes. Honestly. The boss, though, it's not Mojinar. So, like, it's not gonna be long and painful like Mojinar was. Because, dear God, Mojinar is a butt. So let's call our ship in. And of course, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to call it an episode here. Like I said, in the next episode, we're going to be doing the Elysian Leviathan Seed Boss and finishing up a little bit of item collection in Brio. We're not going to be able to get everything, but we're going to be able to do a little bit more. So, of course, until then, this is CAJ Man 777 signing off. Stay safe, everybody.